Good evening, Owls family. Hoot, hoot. How is everyone doing? Good evening, Wendy. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Hoot, hoot. For Xander. Good evening, Xander. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. Hope you're cooling down now. Good evening, my Mustang. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. Good evening, Jennifer. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Wonderful to hear. I'm glad you're getting a garden in. I about gave up on mine. Good evening, Cheryl. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How have you been doing, darling? Good evening, Chris. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Good evening, Deanne. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. Good evening, Monica. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. Woohoo. Good evening, Perlio. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Good evening, Shirley and Evie. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. I know it. We got lucky. Yep, we got some rain. It took us from 100, almost 101 degrees down to 81. It was nice, let me tell you. Yep, I said hello to Evie also. Good evening, Nature Ranger. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Good evening, Evie. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Yep, we started another heat index warning today. Tomorrow's going to be worse. But also watching that weird tropical storm thing down there in the Gulf, wondering which way it's going. Also getting ready for Peach Fest. That is next Sunday, next weekend. Yep, we've been mostly over 100 for quite a while. We took a small break. Good evening, Kim. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Transporting kids again. I like it. I rolling icon. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? The circus van is rolling. But yep, I already know what 3 recipes I'm going to be making with the peaches. Yep, we're getting what we call popcorn showers because of that weird storm down in the Gulf. I'm good blowing up stuff. I like that. Yep, we got another 50 pounds of peaches coming. Me, Angela, and Junior going to be rolling up, grabbing from the peach truck, and heading back to her house. Yep, I remember the days of going through the heat with no air conditioning. 7.5 years of no air conditioning. So, yes, I know. Box fan. Uh, I survived at night using a uh, little fan hooked up to either batteries or external charger. So yeah. Oh no. We got a little bitty window unit, and that's all we got. And then at night we sleep under the uh, stand fan. When you get a box fan or one of those little fans that run off of an external charger, those are lifesavers. I speak from experience. You do what you got to do when you need to do it. We were without power for 7.5 years, so yep, it's no fun. No fun whatsoever. But you do what you can. You sit outside during the hottest part under the shade tree. Yep. The only drawback to that is if you're not careful and you stay too moist, you'll start breaking out in heat rash. Good evening and welcome into chat. Should have hoot hoot. How are you doing? Yep, just I was up under a canopy under a big oak during the hottest part of the day because you can't work in that in over 100-degree heat. Good evening, Sister Tammy. Hoot hoot. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? Yep, we were right at 101 until the thunderstorms come through, dropped us down to 81. It was beautiful. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I see the hawks. We don't do nothing small. Okay, Wendy. I don't. She prayed over that package. Is what happened. She prayed over that envelope. You have to watch Opal. She's sneaky. Yeah, no. Right now we're sitting at 85, almost 86. We bounced up a little bit. Cold front. Yeah. It's called a rain shower. And then you pray. Humidity has jumped up by 30%, 80% humidity outside. Yeah. She prayed over that envelope, is what happened. I told you, Opal's sneaky. Yep. We were right at 101 when those popcorn rain showers came, and it's still overcast out there. It's like I said, we're going to be in and out of rain for until what that thing in the Gulf figures out what it's going to do. because it's a back swirling and we're getting the back swirl of it. Ooh, ooh, wonderful. Thank you, darling. Ain't no telling. With this mail system, you can just hope and pray. Yes, it has been. Welcome into chat, Marcus Aurelius. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot, how are you doing? Good evening, Ingrid. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot, how are you doing? Believe me, I'm fed up. I've been fed up with the mail system for a long time. I still think a lot of people and I showed y'all, I mailed those seeds out. I still think people haven't got their seeds yet. So, yeah. Yep, it's supposed to be heading for Texas. They don't know. They can't predict the weather they produce. So, I die laughing at them. They can't predict the weather that they make. Man, we had a massive downpour last night. It came in and I'm like going, I was happy I didn't have to get out and water. You be careful tomorrow, Tammy, now. We're supposed to get over 100 tomorrow. Ain't no telling, Nature Ranger. Ain't no telling. Yeah, they need to quit. They've been needing to quit since the 40s. Yep, I bet you that Canadian smoke's rough. Good evening, Missy Renee. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Good. Thank you. I'm glad you got your seeds. Oh, that's nasty. Oh, it smells like burning plastic. I can't stand that smell. Good evening, Sandra. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Yep, especially the alder. That would y'all be all smoked and ready to be put away. Not a whole lot going on here. I've been busy trying to get ready for Peach Fest this weekend. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, I've just been disgusted. I'm tired of fighting, trying to get my garden in. My herbs are looking horrible because we went from monsoon season to burn everything up alive. They're looking horrible. But yeah, so I've missed, and last night I was not feeling good at all. Made a wonderful dinner, y'all. Wonderful dinner. And we had breakfast for dinner, and the egg allergy nailed me. Didn't waste no time nailing me. And then it threw me into a ghost gallbladder attack, so I got to eat half my dinner. And I couldn't make a video last night if my life depended on it. But that huge patchouli harvest was wonderful. Yep, we had June. I got, as y'all saw in the short, if you saw it, Junior's first harvest of Fuji jalapenos. That man sat over there in his chair and gnawed a whole one of those jalapenos with a smile on his face. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it at all, Kim. Oh, wonderful. Yep, I'll be harvesting Scotch bonnets and Carolina Reapers and Thai chilies here soon. They're doing great. They're doing great. The his Fuji jalapenos in the garden are going crazy. Corn is looking pretty good. The sorghum, some of it's real short, some of it's getting tall. Uh, Tomatoes just look like hell between all the rain and then going straight from monsoon to desert. Blight hit. I treated it with the copper, and well, first I cut off all the blight. I cut all the blight off, so I called them my tomato sticks, and then sprayed them down with the organic copper treatment. They're starting to come back. They're green leaves, no blight, nothing on them. Yeah, as long as everybody's avoiding diarrhea lettuce. Yep, that's to be expected in Florida, though. Good evening, Keela. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Yeah, most houses anymore don't have bathtubs. But yeah, hopefully I'll get some more rows uh in the garden. Then I'm probably gonna just grow beans and what I can. I'm gonna start some okra seeds, and then I'm just gonna focus on a fall garden because this year it's just been crap. Yep, bee suits are ungodly not breathable. Why didn't you do it early morning or late evening, Xander? That's why down here in the South, you don't see many people working out in the middle of the day. We get what we can get done in the morning, and once it starts getting too hot, we come in. And then once it starts cooling down enough in the evening to the temp we know we can handle, back out we go. I knew I wasn't going to have much of a chance on a garden when you can pull a embedded T-post out with no trouble, straight out of the ground without wiggling or nothing. I knew I wasn't going to get to till much of my garden at all. Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't ever think they put the chicken coop far away from the house because they're worried about the chicken coop smelling. But if you keep your chicken coop clean, it's not going to stink. Oh, there wasn't even standing water. It was all in the ground, saturated. I pulled that T post up like the flew backwards because I had earlier in the year fought to try to get one out and I gave up. And because I was going to try to get an old fashioned, those hand crank old fashioned, old bumper jacks to pull it up. And yeah, it wasn't even mud on the T post. It looked like red liquid slurry. Slurry is what it looked like. Welcome back, Wendy. Only time a chicken coop's gonna stink is one, if you don't clean it. Two, you have too many chickens in a small area. Good evening, Ladybug Sylv. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Well, you love seeds. You should be part of the seed swap. We do it in the fall and in the spring. Jennifer and Opal were partners. Yep, I usually don't get to have an excuse. I have to go out, like it or not, because it's just me doing everything. So, yep, I have to get as much as I can. Some way tomorrow, I got to get to mowing the grass down. Lawnmower, I got to try to see if I can get the lawnmower to work. If not, I'm going to be weed eating a lot of grass down. Nope, sweat equity. I got a self-propelled mower. I don't have no riding lawnmower. I wished I did. Ha ha ha. Good evening, my crooked little homestead. Welcome into chat. Oot oot. How are you doing? They're lacking in some protein, or either they're just crazy chickens. I'd say crazy chickens. They they've got a taste of blood, and you got to watch them. That's good because, yeah, my tomatoes aren't tomatoing much at all yet. Then they've gotten a taste of blood and they're going to keep doing it. That's just like an egg pecker. And that's why I tell people, once they start pecking eggs, don't throw the eggshells down because you'll keep getting more egg eaters. Once an egg eater, always an egg eater. Just like a hog. You got to put a hog down. Once it ever tastes blood, you'll be on the menu next. I got 3 acres to take care of, Jennifer. So, yeah, I really, really need a riding lawnmower. They'd have to be there the minute the eggs hatch. The best things to do with those hens, and I'm going to be honest with you, eat them or don't let them sit on eggs anymore. Because they're going to just keep doing it. They won't stop. And 50 degrees at night, I might be running around outside buck naked, y'all. 50 degrees would be wonderful. We've been staying in the low 70s at night. Most of the time close to 80. We don't cool down much here. So Canada's finally quit burning. Good evening, John Gray. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Yeah, we won't see cool temperatures like that until late October, maybe November. Oh my God, Alexander, that's great. Oh my gracious. I have to send you one of those elephant pairs of underwear. Yep, November. Yep. Honey, if you think I'm going naked outside, no. No. Happy birthday, John Gray, then. Happy birthday. Yeah, 50 degrees would be nice. But yep, 50 degrees, I'd be sitting outside at night as long as the crickets and frogs are singing. If it's silent outside, I'm not sitting outside. Okay, you pulled a fast one on that one. I just thought you meant it was today was your birthday. Yep, 74 year round. I'd be a working fool outside. Nope, It's he's just going on, but each day he's older than he used to be. I thought it was his birthday. Oh, Nature Ranger. Oh my gosh, that's great. I could just see them if I went waltzing by a nature camera, they'd be screaming, "There's a Hank down by the creek or crick, depends on which part." Oh my god, that was hilarious. Man, I bet you they enjoyed them pictures from that camera. Oh my god, that's great. Them things are all over the place. A haint, yep, a spook, a haint, a spook. There's a cryptid. Oh my god. There's too many places on me that ain't seen the sunshine in years. They'd more think I was a Hank, a ghost walking around down by the river. Because, yeah, in some places I know I'm pearly white. What's the matter, baby? I probably glow like a white glow stick. Yep. I put some places I'd put that poor person powder. I'd put powder to shame. I'm not ashamed to admit it because, yeah, no, where I'm at, no, I'm not going naked unless I built a good screen around me. I got too many old people. I'm not going to be held responsible for killing them. Yep. Well, you feel that way around here anyway. Where's the sun on the ground? There's enough stuff that wanders in the woods around here. Yeah, you feel watched all the time. Yep. For those who know, you know what I mean. I'm out in the country. People's not right up on me, but I ain't taking no chances. But I also know there's things that wander these woods around here. People laugh and joke and make fun of people, but there's things being cut loose by the government. There's things that travel the Appalachians. There's way more things than people realize that's running around. Most people don't ever shut up long enough to listen, to become in tune with nature and know something's up when the birds, the crickets, and the frogs are not singing. You better get to getting prepared or get your tail back in the house. Just like at night. If the night animals, the insects and stuff are not singing and it's just dead silence, get your tail back in the house. That's why there's certain rules, especially if you live in Appalachia. There are rules to follow. And one of the main ones is at night, before it gets too dark, you close your curtains. You close all your curtains. Yep. Yep. You won't. There's I know there's a lot of people who don't believe in cryptids and stuff because you ain't seen it don't mean it ain't out there. There's a lot of crap running around. A lot of crap running around and people just don't know because they've lost touch with nature. They don't pay attention to nothing because most of the time I watched people. Most of the time, their nose is stuck so far up that phone, they're just walking down the road. They'd never know if they walked in front of a car. Yep. When everything, you go in the woods and there ain't no birds, no nothing making noise, you get the hell up out of there. You better believe they're out there. Not all ghosts and everything are spirits. There's other things that run loose. Yeah, because people are retarded. I'm not chasing after no damn Pokemon. Ah, welcome in, Sister Angela. Welcome in. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? But yeah, me and Junior can vouch. Just out of nowhere, we'd be in here late at night. He finally got to hear it. I've been hearing it for a while. Go walk across the roof thing. No, it wasn't nothing four legged, it was two legged, and it wasn't small. Walked across the roof, I grabbed the gun, had the spotlight, and I'm telling you, it's a spotlight that lights up the place. You know what I saw? Nothing. Shine the trees, which I broke an old rule on that one. Don't shine up in the trees at night. But I was trying to figure out what was walking the roof. Nothing. Nothing. Now one time I went out, I did hear something leap off the back of the roof. You think I saw anything? Not a thing. Good evening, Susan. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? No, it wasn't Santa Claus. Wrong time of year. Because there's things that like to hang up in the trees. They don't just stay on the ground, they'll climb up the trees. There's a lot of rules when you live in Appalachia, and there are rules for a reason. Believe me, there are rules for a reason. That's just like old wives' tales. Why do you think they're wives' tales? It's truth behind everything. But yeah, you close them curtains at night. Yeah, you're in the upper part of them. Yeah, but yeah, I'm down here. We're down here in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. Yep. There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules. Oh, wonderful to hear, my crooked little homestead. I don't even know what I'm cooking for dinner yet. Good evening, Joe Daisy. Welcome in the chat. How are you doing? I was going to tell you if you popped up tonight, that one video is one of many videos of what Junior and me went through. It was three years or more experience of Junior being in the hospital. Good evening, Mini Cactus. Welcome into chat. Hoot. How are you doing? Yep, you can't see the snakes at night. Yep. Yep. You do realize you live above one of the biggest, and I mean biggest, it makes Yellowstone look small, dormant volcano beneath you. One of the largest volcanoes in the world is under you. Yep, feral hogs. Yep. That's why you learn. You crave wisdom. You research. I took geology. In school, I took geology. I took home economics. I took shop. I took every ceramics, everything I possibly could to learn. I still learn new things every single day. Read, watch documentaries. People need to get back into the habit of reading. My God, I've heard alpha generation. They can't even read and write. Lord, Gen X, we have a Morse code called cursive writing. Most of these kids nowadays have no clue how to read it. And it's time for parents to stand up, force their children to be educated. Take them phones away from them kids, take them computers away, make them read. You're part of the Yellowstone connection, Wendy. So, yeah, I wouldn't move there either. Yep, but see, you got to be careful. There's actually real cryptologists, and then there's those that are interested in making the money. Yeah, yeah, yes, in Oklahoma, Yellowstone weaves all around. But yeah, there's no telling what it could be. There's a lot of things. Yes, not far from me, up in Appalachia, east side of Tennessee, or in along the border of Tennessee and North Carolina, there are volcanoes. They're active, they're not lava active. There's volcano. The Appalachian Mountains are the oldest volcano chain in the world. The biggest volcano in the world is dormant and it's under Maine. It goes Maine all the way up into Canada, down around Michigan, back down all the way around. Good evening, the hen house. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Why worry about it? You gonna be able to stop it, Wendy? I don't let things worry me. I become informed so I know what can happen. Why worry about something that you have no control over, no way to stop it? Don't worry, be prepared. There's a difference. People will drive themselves back crazy trying to worry about everything. No, live your life, but be prepared. Good evening, Donna. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Henhouse says hi. Yep. Good evening, October Opal. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? I'm a rockaholic. Yes, yes. Okay, that's good, Sandra. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Yep, make copies of everything. That's like, the diarrhea lettuce story has came out. Trump having his hissy fit about the TV stations not airing his press conference or whatever. All of that's going on. Nobody's really hearing about the park rangers, the biologists that were held at gunpoint. But I'm sorry, this story is bigger than what they're letting us know. Out around Mount Shasta, if anybody knows about a lot of the things that's been going on at Mount Shasta, two park ranger biologists held at gunpoint, held hostage. How many of y'all heard about that? Yep. This is a bigger picture because I'm telling you, I know it's a bigger picture because they don't send teams of rescue SWAT from Quantico for two biologists. Yeah, FBI, bunch of big wigs. They flew people from Quantico, specialized teams for two biologists. No, there's a lot of people don't know what all's been going on around Mount Shasta. A lot of things going on. Yep, most people didn't. I'll post. I meant to post the, and you could tell they were lying. You could read their faces. We got about through 3/4 of it, and I had to quit because they were making me so mad. I knew from the get go something more was going on. When you send in rescue SWAT teams from Quantico, there's a bigger story behind the story. It was It was not a husband. It was a man and his son. You don't send teams from Quantico because of a man and his son holding two biologists hostage. There's something behind what was going on. But see, they weren't park rangers. They worked for the National Park Service. They were biologists. There's a lot of stories about Mount Shasta and aliens, some of them. There's also a man had found a tunnel that goes down. Of course, now his story got not sequestered, but squished. He found tombs, huge caverns of gold treasure and everything in there, and just miraculously, the tunnel disappeared, the man disappeared, and just all of a sudden, that part was concreted in and everything, and then a rock slide happened. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on that the government don't tell people, and they won't tell you about. Yep, there's no telling. Now, here's the thing why I tell people quit being paranoid about stuff. There is fault lines all over America. There are dormant volcanoes, there's active volcanoes, really active Yellowstone. There's active volcanoes in the Appalachians, documented. They watch them. Seismologists watch them. They don't, you know, burp out lava or nothing, but they're active deep inside. This is an everyday thing, y'all. Live your life to the fullest. Do the best you can. Prepare. When we were living in Memphis, on top of the New Madrid, on top of it, I had big hook and eyes. The eyes screwed into my bookshelves. I had the huge hooks drilled in the studs in the wall, connected that to the bookshelves. So when the earthquake did hit, they wasn't going. None of the books had come out, but the bookshelves would stay standing. There's all kinds of stuff to be prepared to do. Worst thing you can do is be paranoid. It shortens your lifespan. Rangers will not talk the truth. They've been forced not to talk. Many rangers, and I'm gonna tell you right now, thank God that was what my profession was going to be, was a park ranger. Something came up, and my fate of being a park ranger was changed, and I know it now. From what I know now, I am beyond thankful that I did not become a park ranger, not whatsoever. I've seen enough crap, good stories, not fiction stories. It, it's going to take quite a bit for me or Junior to ever camp in a state park, a national park, or anything like that. I'm fine to drive through it. You think I want to hike in any of them? No, not whatsoever. Why let it scare you? Be informed. Don't be scared. Why give your power over easily? Staying scared all the time stresses you out. Stressing yourself out causes heart problems, causes high blood pressure, can cause strokes. Be informed, but don't give your power away. Good evening, Renee. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Good evening, Nancy. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Oh, way more people than you think go missing, Wendy. Way more. Not everybody spoke about. But yeah, there's a lot of really good stories. And I'm not talking about not real stories. I'm talking about actual stories. People who know what they're talking about. For those living around the land between the lakes and what is that? Bell, Montgomery Bell State Park up around Nashville. Yeah, you might want to start paying attention. Hen House, look up the YouTube channel, What Lurks Beneath. What Lurks Beneath. Yep. The feral people is not a joke. They exist. He's got quite a few. Uh, he's a storyteller, not a fictional storyteller, but actual eyewitness accounts. And there's a lot of park ranger. He's got a lot of park ranger videos. They they have to sign affidavits that they won't talk about what happens in the park. Once they retire, they can talk. But yeah, what lurks beneath? And he interviews a lot of people. He interviews demonologists, he interviews cryptologists. I forget what, uh, I can't remember the formal name for paranormalist. You know why you can't see actual videos of them? Because if you stand there long enough, they will eat your butt. They're cannibals. They're cannibals. They're cannibals. In house. Why do you think people go missing? The other white meat. These people are old families that's been in the hills forever. They're ungodly inbred. Do you know that they realize there's cameras and shit up there? Long pig, yep, the other white meat. They have no problem with Soylent Green. You're not going to catch them on camera. You would have to. Yep, the homeless disappear a lot. Hikers on the Natchez Trace, not Natchez Trace, but some on the Natchez Trace, but mainly on the Appalachian Trail. One of the most dangerous hiking trails in America, the Appalachian Trail. I always wanted to do it. I don't want to. And I couldn't help but tell Junior, I'm not making fun of handicapped people, but I'm like going, my God, what are they thinking? They're supposed to be building a second Appalachian Trail for people in wheelchairs. I'm like going, oh my God, that's Meals on Wheels for these things. And no, I'm not making fun of handicapped people, but it's the honest to God truth. They can't protect themselves. Most of the people on their own feet can't protect themselves. But it's crazy that they would, and only thing I could think of is they're trying to thin out the herd. But yeah, you're not going to see actual pictures of feral people, because if you get too close, you're gone. They don't ever go out alone. They might, you might see one or two, but the other part of the clan's done circled you, and you're a goner. Good evening, Mohair Spinner. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Now, if you actually do research, deep research, I can't, at the moment, cannot remember. It might have been President Roosevelt. A lot of people don't know this, and this is why it is so important for people to know your history, because history's being buried. The truth's not being taught. Not most people don't have a desire to research. If I remember right, it was President Roosevelt. He actually sent military troops and also oh God, what's the word? I'm trying to think. Mercenaries into the Appalachian Mountains to thin out the feral people. And he told them, you kill any, make sure the bodies never show up. That's truth, y'all. And this is why I'm a history major. Know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Because there for a while, the feral people got way too big. Yep, dinner or lunch, yep. Yep, but what lurks beneath has a whole lot better and a whole lot more videos on the feral people. Whole lot more in depth. He's actually got where he reads, the stories that people send into him of actual eyewitnesses, encounters, people who used to be park rangers, and he has to change their name, but actual accounts of one park ranger who almost did not make it out alive, and he quit his job that afternoon. Yep. Y'all got to remember there's places, many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of acres in America of wilderness that's never been walked upon except by Native Americans. They haven't been, they're still finding new animals. Does that tell you something? Look at Canada. Look at Alaska. There's millions of acres. It has not been, you know, oh crap. I'm trying to think of the word. Uh yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yep, what lurks beneath. Very good. And he's got quite a few, well, a lot of park rangers who quit their job, just quit, change profession, tell their stories, but they made him promise to change their name. Unexplored, yep. Lord, there's places in Alaska, Alaskan Triangle. Oh my God, we've been watching about that. That what's been going on up there is absolutely unreal. There's more to this world than people realize, and most people are so bubbled up and just refuse to. They box them, bubble themselves up, and refuse to believe anything. Yep, that's the people who usually get it really good because they're uneducated. I don't even want to know what's in the oceans. No, thank you. Only 2% of the world's water has been explored. What does that tell you? All right, I'm going for a break, y'all. I done been long winded. Sorry, y'all. I get on a subject I'm passionate about. Yeah, get ready. We're going to talk a while and I'll keep going. But yeah, people need to start waking up. The main thing people need to start waking up about is quit trusting your government. People need to realize quit trusting your government because they don't give a crap about you. They don't give a crap about you, not whatsoever. And it don't matter what party, neither party gives a crap about you. Yep, there's so many people don't know about that. There's all kinds of stuff. And that's why people go missing. I mean, there's been witnesses. Where was that man? He was heading home or something, and his family was on the porch, and he was walking to the house. He was there 1 minute and gone the next. Gone, y'all. Gone. Good evening, Kimberly. Welcome into chat. Who are you doing? Yep, that's one thing. It's up in Mount Shasta. There's a big military base up in Mount Shasta. Nope, I'm not no innocent sheep. Nah, nope, nope, nope. I'm a lone wolf. Nope, I'm a wolf. I fight. I don't bow down to my government because my government's supposed to work for me. And then politicians have forgot that. Yep, Colorado. There's quite a few in Colorado. There's a lot of those underground military bases they don't tell people about. And it's just like FEMA. I trust them about as far as I could throw a 2,000-pound boulder. I don't trust none of the alphabet agencies at all. I missed something. Hold on. No problem, Alexander. No problem. Yep, drilling rigs. Yep. Also, a lot of people don't know, Mammoth Cave you hear about in Kentucky on the Tennessee Kentucky line. That cave system stretches all the way up to Maine, down into Texas. 90% of it has not been explored. Let that sink in a little bit. Good evening, Polly. Welcome into chat. How you doing, darling? I don't. I don't give Red Cross money. I don't trust them. Because, yeah, I called upon the Red Cross for help when the apartments caught on fire. All I asked for was a blanket, and they wanted to give us ice cold water in the winter. No power. I told them where they could shove their cold bottle of water at and walked away. I don't donate no money to their little ringy dingy bells at Christmas time. They don't care about people. Oh Lord, be careful, Polly, and have a great time. Wait, what did I miss? I missed something. Yep, yep. Good evening, new times, new beginnings. Welcome into chat. How are you doing? I would avoid anything underground, Polly. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yep, there's way more than people know what's going on. And the sad part is, most Americans are willingly ignorant about it. They don't care what their government does. They don't care. They'd rather just go to their 9 to 5, be taxed to death, and go home to their overpriced house where they're being taxed to death. Yep, they got all kinds of cables in under the water and everything. It's just like, Y'all don't even realize, thanks to Tammy, she gave me a heads up on it. They have now, they passed it, more space litter. Like, we haven't junked up the space around the outer form of the Earth. Satellites that have mirrors that will be reflecting sundown for solar systems and stuff. Yep. Good evening, 46. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Did you eat any lettuce? Have you ate any leafy greens at all? Any spinach? It's not just Taco Bell. Pay attention to go past the big media conglomerates. It's everything to do with Taylor Farms produce. They're based in America, but everything that caused the explosive diarrhea comes from Mexico, where they don't have rules and people can just crap in the fields and everything. So it's not just Taco Bell. If you've gone to Walmart to buy salad, anything, bingo. Good evening, operator. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? That don't matter, Ingrid. It's probably coming from Mexico. Recalls on lettuce, recalls on spinach, any leafy greens. Taylor Farms is one of the major conglomerate corporation farms. They're based in California, but they get most of all their produce from, yep, Mexico. It'll help a little bit. If you got explosive diarrhea, you better get to making you some plantain tea. But Taylor Farms is the main reason why the explosive diarrhea. Yep. But yeah, that don't this ain't a parasite. This is a virus caused by human manure. Not only do they crap in the fields, but they don't wash their hands. But yeah, it's not just Taco Hell. Anywhere, anywhere, McDonald's, Burger King, all of them. If you've had a burger that's had lettuce on it, if anything, if you've gotten a salad anywhere, get ready. It takes about a week. And that's why I've told people quit eating fast food and start cooking for yourself. But yeah, all your fresh lettuce, I wouldn't touch a blade of lettuce or spinach from a grocery store now. I wouldn't trust lettuce. I wouldn't trust spinach. Any leafy green, even your greens, I wouldn't, your turnip greens, collards, all of that, I wouldn't trust none of it. Nope, it's not. It's a virus. Yeah, because you're shitting yourself to death. There's been people actually hospitalized over it because it's such violent liquid diarrhea. You get completely dehydrated in no time flat. But yeah, why do you think I tell people quit eating fast food? Quit eating fast food. Quit eating over processed foods. Go to your farmer's market. If you buy salad greens from them, ask where they come from first. I don't have none of that, and I grow year round here, Wendy. I grow year round, and I don't have all that fancy shit. Because, like other channels who get greenhouses gave to them and never use them. I get so sick and tired. If a greenhouse company wants to come to me and offer me a greenhouse, I'd probably stroke out because I've wanted one so ungodly bad. I'm thankful for the little hooty hoop house, it's doing good. But I'm sick and tired of seeing channels that have uh, freeze dryers, and all they want to do is freeze dry nasty candy. How are you going to survive on a freeze dried Jolly Rancher? Or people freeze dry stuff and automatically eat it all up. Why freeze dry it if you're going to sit there and eat it all up? I see people with freeze dryers that don't can, don't food preserve, don't prep, nothing. Here I am. I would die to be able to have a freeze dryer. I'd die to be able to have a big greenhouse. I don't need nothing fancy, just big enough. I don't need super. I watch all these channels that are crap channels that lie to you and have two and three channels because all they're interested in making money. That's just like I watch one on occasion until they just get on my last nerve and I have to take a break from them. All the calendula, they killed the calendula. It was still blooming. They got tired of harvesting it and then charged $14 for a 1.5 ounce can of calendula sab. And I watch these idiots buy it all up. When here I am, I make a 2 ounce tin. I charge $8 because I know what it's like not to be able to afford something. I grow mine organically and I can't, sell anything. But people rather buy something from people who are out for money only. I do it because I want people to heal themselves and be able to afford stuff. I get tired of the crap. I'm tired of being sent AI collaborations. I'm not going to do it. I don't care how good the money is. Not a day. I'll never have AI on my channel. It is the root of all evil coming up, and they're already killing the children brain wise, brain dead. These children nowadays can't even read. They don't know what an encyclopedia is. They don't know what a dictionary is. They can't even really speak real words. And it's aggravating. Oh, they can get you for copyright. even not using AI. But no, the diarrhea lettuce and the salad and the spinach, it's a virus. It's not parasites or nothing. It's a virus. It's caused by human excrement, and they're watering the fields with it. And this is why American farmers need to be supported and quit wanting to buy crap from Mexico. But yeah, see, solar dehydrator is not going to do me a bit of good here. Not when we have usually 70 to 90% humidity. Believe me, it gets hot enough to dry the daylights everything, but once I take it out of the solar dehydrator, there's a good chance it's going to mold because, yeah, that's why I dehydrate mine in the house. Yep, and I refuse to use my own waste. It's nasty. Yep, there's been cures for alpha-gal for a long time. It's the fact that people are too scared. If a doctor don't give it to them, they're not going to take it. And that's what I'm sick of. People are so trusting of big pharma. They won't take nothing unless a doctor who ain't going to cure you. Because if a doctor cures you, they've lost their money. Same way with big pharma. They're not going to cure you because then they lose a customer. They only make you feel just well enough. They've had cure for cancer for ages. You think they're going to do it? Cancer is a big money maker for big pharma. So is diabetes. Diabetes is curable. It is curable. The problem is humans are too scared of their own shadows. Oh, the girls are doing great. The girls are doing great. Good evening, Kimberly. Welcome into chat. Oot, oot. How are you doing? Acupuncture works for many other things. Something like that would be a no. Would be a no on acupuncture. The girls are doing great, but I will say I'm not impressed with the cinnamon queen chickens. They're mean chickens, not to me, mean to one another. I have lost one. Well, I lost one chicken. She went bat crazy, flew off. I tried to catch her, and then I think she ran down to the people on down the road that have chickens. And then I've lost two. The other one I lost is they ganged up on her and killed her. But other than that, all the chickens are doing great. Oh, that sounds good. I don't know what we're going to have for dinner. Do you? We'll eat something. But it ain't going to contain no diarrhea lettuce. We are not going to be eating any lettuce, any spinach, any greens until I can grow them myself. Well, see, it, I'm glad the acupuncture worked for her. It's not going to work for everybody. It's just like the herbs. Some will work for one person and won't do nothing for anybody. It all depends on the person. And it also depends on the acupuncturist. I prefer, if I'm going to an acupuncturist, I want an old person. I want one that's been doing it for at least 20 years or better. Honey, Houdini's no more. Houdini was killed up there. We don't live in Memphis, honey. We live down in Mississippi. We escaped Memphis. If you start working with him, he'll be an excellent rooster. You have to work with roosters. The girls look rough. They are molting. So, yeah, they kind of look partially naked. I'm not going to show them until they start looking better. Keep working with them. I mean, if you got a mean rooster, bring that bad boy to me. I'll make him the most loving thing. You'll be sick and tired of him after I get finished with him. And no, you don't have to use brutality. Mean roosters are so easy to tame, and I love to do it. Yep, the minute you show fear to that rooster, it's got you. It will use that advantage over you. You have to show the rooster that you are the dominant one, not him. No, I'm over 2 hours away from Memphis now. We started in Memphis. Thanks to Lyle, we escaped Alcatraz and got down here where we're happy as can be now. Yeah, you got to remember them videos that you were watching was 3, 4 years ago. Good evening, Gloria. Welcome into chat. How are you doing, darling? Yeah, Susan, go for it. You could have told the joke already, honey. You ain't got to ask permission, just tell it. When he nips you, pop him on the beak. Say no. Yep, show him who's the boss. Too many fouls. I like that one. That one's good, Susan. Why is it a bad idea to have chicken soccer match? Because there are too many fouls. Yeah, and that one video about us coming out of the hospital, that's a very small drop in the bucket of what all went on. There's a huge playlist of everything. because he went through the first year he went through a double fractured or double broken heel. An exact year later, he had the aortic dissection. After the aortic dissection, we had to go back up to Vanderbilt. There was three hospitals to deal with the aortic dissection. Two hospitals done nothing but try to kill him. Vanderbilt healed him. Then after the aortic dissection surgery, it was 4, 5 months after that we had to go back to Vanderbilt. They drained a half a gallon, almost a gallon, I think, of fluid that just formed in between his lungs and under his heart. Then a year after the aortic dissection surgery, he had two strokes. So yeah, there's way more. Good evening, Tonya. Oh my God, how are you doing, darling? Yes, you've been sick, darling. Oh, it's been a long time, honey. I'm glad to see you. I'm so happy to see you. See, those old roosters, I just boil the daylights out of them and make chicken and dumplings. I know you've been being sick, darling. But yeah, you got a joke. You ain't got to ask permission to say a joke. Just say it. Going for a break, y'all. I'm still here. But yeah, if you got a joke, say a joke. Don't act like uh you have to ask permission. But yeah, I got a bunch of, some people call it self heal, some people call it heal all. That poor plant has so many names, I don't even think it knows what its true name is. I got a bunch of those seeds to save. Honey, don't you worry one bit about that at all. It's perfectly fine, Tanya. Tonya. Lord, I can't talk. Tanya. I'm going to call you Tanya because I'm going to mess it up either way. All right. Here's my question, Polly. How much does he sit around? How much does he sit around? How much high processed foods does he eat? There's things. See, before I want to say an herb, there are things that you have to regulate in your diet before anything else will work. Because if you're eating a lot of fast food, if you're eating a lot of high salt, uh, crap foods, high processed foods, and the number one thing is if you're not moving around a lot, you're going to water retention like the devil. I'm telling you. Cleavers would be good. Dandelion root would be better. You also got to take into consideration what medications he's on. Yeah, is he drinking a lot of soda? Is he drinking any alcohol? Anything like that? All right, that's the problem right there. If he doesn't move, water is going to pool. He's got to find a way to move around. I know it's going to be hard for him, but it's not going to get better. He can take all the herbs he wants, but until he gets a regimen down, nothing's going to work for him. Nothing's going to work because he's got to be willing to do the work before other things will work. All right, good. That's good. Now, water intake. If he's drinking too much water, he needs to pull back on it. There's other problems that's causing him to hold water in his body. Look at the medications he's on. A lot of medications have water retention side effects. Yes, the no alcohol, no soda is a plus. Yep, mullein is wonderful for anything lungs. Yep, mullein works wonders. So does elderberry for anything lungs. Mullein and elderberry. There's quite a few. But yeah, he's got to, and I'm not saying this to be mean, he needs to portion control. Push back. You don't need a whole lot of food to survive. He's got to do the work first before his body will work for him. Yeah, Polly. Tell me his name. I'm getting prayer list out tonight or in the morning, y'all. I apologize. I'm not going to lie. I've just been completely disgusted over not being able to garden and such. And yeah, I kind of sunk down into my little black hole. Yep, but if he's having water retention problems, he don't need to eat juicy things at all. Okay. And I'm going to tell you right now, sometimes you just have to be mean. You have to be mean to them and tell them what is more important, that food or you living. What's more important, you sitting in the chair not moving or moving where you'll actually live? Okay, Xander. Sometimes you got to do tough love. Oh my God, he should have been scared then. That should have scared him straight. That's a side. Water retention is a side effect of heart attacks. Yeah, you can pray for protection of our government, but until the people are willing enough to stand up to fight. Oh no, I'm sorry, Opal. Yep, believe me, none of what Junior went through has scared him either. So, yep, scared the hell out of me, I'm going to tell you that much. But, yeah, you're going to probably have to start doing some tough love, Polly. It's going to be hard. Good evening, Pete. Welcome into chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? Listen, I'm sick and tired of getting calls from people running up in Yankeeville, up in New York, running in Pennsylvania. I told them, look, I said, you text or call me one more time and I'm going to sue you. I don't live up there and you better take my number off your list. But yep, y'all got to get tough. You got to get mean. Government's not going to run over you unless you allow it to. You got to be willing to be the voice, speak up, even if you're alone. Wonderful to hear, Pete. I'm happy to hear that. But yeah, tough love. I have to be tough on you at times, don't I? Because you don't like to listen, do you? Yes, yes, I've got calls from all up the Northeast coast. And you know what? I tell them, okay. I said, let's stop right here. Where are you calling from? Because I already got it. I already got it on my phone ID. I go, what state you calling from? And they tell me. I said, let's have a little talk. I said, I'm way down south. I'd never tell them where I'm at. And I said, I wouldn't vote for your candidate because you don't know where I'm at, but yet you're calling me. I said, you either take me off your call list or I'm going to sue you. And don't think I won't sue you. You are harassing me on a private number. Lord, you hear a click real fast. They've quit calling. No, no, I harassed the hell out of them. I love the warranty on my car. I had the last person that called me on warranty for a car. I didn't even own a car at the time. Never even owned a model of car they were talking about. I had the man so upset he was stuttering by the time I got done. And I said, I dare you to call me one more time. I dare you. Call me one more time and I'm going to sue you for everything you own. I have the number you called from. I have all your information. I know where you live. I didn't know where he lived, Lord. But I had him so scared he hung up so fast. You know what? That car warranty crap quit happening. Hey, Wendy, you know what? Even though our internet is locked down, you know what the name pops up? You know what the name pops up on our internet service? FBI Van 13. So anybody that goes searching for internet around us is going to wonder what the hell. Yep. Anytime I have internet, FBI Van 13. I know it. I know it. She feeds them chickens all kinds of junk. Yep. No, you got to go where they'll actually be scared. They'll be thinking, what the hell? FBI Band 13? I ain't seen. Have y'all seen any bands around here? Yeah. Yep. See, you got to be cruel a little bit. Yep. Can you just imagine country folks? Y'all been seeing any bands around? You know, if a band comes up and down this road, they're all going to go, there they go, there they go. They're watching us. Can you just imagine country people going, what on earth? Y'all seen any bands? Now, I bust out laughing because every once in a while, if I do an order like for cat food or something, a regular non-marked white band shows up. And of course, you know, they have private tags. Can you just imagine? There goes that band. We need to see where they're going. Good, Pete. Good. You stay safe, darling. Try to stay cool. Been worried about you. You take care. Have a blessed evening. Better week ahead. And we hope to see you next Monday night, darling. Now, if I got a black car that's got black rims, that's enough right there. And I've done it that way for a reason. Oh, Pete says hi. Yep, we got matte black rims on a black car. I don't want no SUV. I don't want nothing new. I want older vehicles. Yeah, there's if I remember right, the owl driveway alarm is in my Amazon wish list. You might have to scroll for a while, but it's in there. Just remember to I'll post it as soon as I get a chance. I'll post it in the comment section. Not comment section, but the community tab, the post tab, whatever YouTube decides to call it for the week. Yep, it looks like a cop car, believe me. I done it for that reason. One one, I wasn't gonna pay almost $400 a rim. I needed to get two rims. One was already messed up and I needed one for a spare. For the price of two rims and a lot of change back, I got five matte black old style rims. Got five rims. I think each rim was I ended up paying like $52 a piece, and they're steel. They're not aluminum. They're real rims. I think I paid $52 a piece. Shipping was free. And yeah, because I'm not paying Volvo no almost $400 a rim. They can kiss my grits. I ain't going into debt for a car. No, I'm not. These cars nowadays, they're all fiberglass. None of them steel. None of them's built tough. Basically, what you pay for a vehicle now, you might as well put your bedding in the back seat because you just bought you a house. Two, they're keeping tabs. Why do you think these data centers are being built? It's not because of internet use. Most people think it's because of internet use. It has nothing to do with internet. It has all to do with them keeping files on every human being in this country. Every baby, the minute they get a social security number, they got you. They got you. They keep tabs on you from birth to death. And if you don't believe me, do the research. These data centers are for all the information that your brand new fancy smancy vehicle is sending in on you. They do way more than just keep an eye on how fast you're going. They keep tabs of everywhere you're going and everything. People don't realize what's going on. Yes. Also, there's been quite a bit of talk. Now, I ain't got to research it yet, but they're accusing a lot of the data centers for sending out viruses and everything into the water systems. Yep, vital signs. They read your eyes. They record everything you say, and people drive these vehicles just happy as can be, willingly ignorant, willfully ignorant. They don't care. Keeping up with the Joneses. I don't want to hear people crying and whining and everything. When you go into debt for a house, go even further debt into debt for a car, and then you got all those credit cards all maxed out. Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I was raised old school. If I don't have the money for it, I don't need it. I don't have not one credit card, y'all. Not one. And it's for a reason. Daddy ingrained into me. If you ain't got the money for it, you don't need it. Or work harder and get it. I'm sorry, I'm not paying two, three, $400,000 for a house. I'm not stupid. When I can get a house for 10, 15, 20,000, a little bit of fixing up with a little bit of acreage, I will go for that any day over a big ass monster house that's gonna break you. Yep, I have no smartwatch. My phone, I have my GPS cut off at all times. I don't have new phones. I refuse to pay over maybe 150 for a phone. That's my limit. I'm not going to pay $1,000 for a phone that ain't. It's going to break down the minute they do an upgrade for the new phone that's coming out. Yep, I don't want nothing new. Absolutely nothing new. No, no, I don't have no Alexa. I think, no, is it Alexa? Alexa something? I don't want none of that crap in my house. No. Yep, that's still expensive. I can get, yeah, they're a whole lot cheaper down here. Whole lot cheaper. Because people are idiots. That's how they afford it. They're willing to go into debt. I mean, my God, some of these houses, you'll never finish paying the mortgage before you die. And the bank just gets it. See, I don't let them track me. I cut everything off. Now, what I do get peeved about is if I'm doing, you know, looking at things, shopping, if we need something, and I automatically get a YouTube ad for it. Then I start getting mad. No, let him think what he wants to, mohair spinner. You know the truth. Yep, yep. See, let me tell you how money tight my dad was, and I was proud of him. Well, he was a veteran. He got a veteran loan. He bought a house out in the country. We just had the down payment. he set up where he paid, now back in the 80s now, $500 a month was a lot of money for a house note. I know people are laughing now, but back then that was a lot. You know what he done? He had that house paid off in 4 years' time. 4 years, and he out and out owned it. And that was a big old house. And what did we have? I think it was 50 acres. Yeah, we scrimped, we saved. And we were in the country. He sold old tools at flea markets. He sold scrap. And you know what? We survived. I deer hunted in the woods, hunted rabbits, squirrels, whatever I could get. You know what? We survived. Yep. Well, Ford, also known as Found on the Road Dead, has a massive 400,000 or more vehicle recall going on right now. 2005, 2005, two new, two new. Yep. Good evening, Letitia. Welcome into chat. Hoot hoot. How are you doing? Let me tell you, if you can find an old car that don't have a computer brain in it, bingo, you got something right there. You got gold. We got one, and I mean small window unit. I won't have central air. Central air will eat you up alive. We don't have ceiling fans at all. We have two box fans, which aren't going, and at night we have the stand fan. That's all we have. Yeah, 2005 is too new. I don't like the fact we're driving a 2011. That's too new. But Junior wasn't going to budge. Junior wanted that car, didn't you? Good evening, Bounty. Welcome in the chat. Hoot, hoot. How are you doing? But yeah, no. If I had my way and I could afford it, I would love to have a 1980s, early 80s S10 pickup. I don't want nothing fancy. It could be automatic or stick shift. You know why I want one of those? I know for a fact, now I'm rusty, but I know for a fact back in the day when I was in my young prime, I could rebuild that motor in 4 hours or less. And I'm talking about complete rebuild, not a half ass job. Complete rebuild for in 4 hours or less. Easiest. Now, I really don't want to stick because that was the weakest part of the whole truck was the rubber cap that went into the brake fluid for the clutch. Yeah, clutch fluid, which is brake fluid, eats rubber. The only place you could get a replacement for that little rubber piece was at back then the dealership. Back then it was less than $2. But once you had to replace that, you had to bleed the whole clutch line. And believe me, I got sick and tired of having to pump the clutch. Hold it down while he bled it. Shut it back off, close it up, let off the clutch. Yeah, thousands of pumping of the clutch. Yeah, no, that was rough. Bronco's too big, and it's a no. Yeah, you got it lucky. You got a rear tine. I guarantee you wouldn't be having as much fun if that was a front tine tiller. Yep, but them Jeeps, them parts are ungodly expensive. Yeah, I don't want no Ford. I want old Chevy. Old Chevy. Yep. Don't be drinking nothing cold, Xander. Room temperature. Room temperature. Cold will, if you're already overheated, cold will put your body into shock. It causes your body to work harder. That's why with my daddy, when it got ungodly hot and everything, that man drank hot black straight coffee. He didn't want cold water. He didn't want no cold drinks of no kind. Either room temperature or hot black coffee. All right, Opal, darling, you take care. You have a blessed evening, a better week ahead, and we'll see you next Monday night, darling. Wait. But yeah, I like the old Chevys because parts interchange. Nothing interchanges this nowadays. Yes, warm or hot liquids cools your body down faster. Yes, it does. My daddy swore by that. I've done it myself. Yes. Yep, it does. Your body stresses out and works harder once you drink cold drinks during the hot weather because you're putting your body into shock because is your body cold from the get go or is it too hot? It stabilizes the body as the coffee, or warm water, whatever, cools down. Hot tea, hot coffee, warm water, hot water, yeah, it doesn't put your body in shock. Yep, see, I have no desire to have all that electronic stuff. If it looks like an airplane or an airport when I cut a key on, man, that's too much. That is way too much. Technically, I would just like to have the money that they're selling those god awful overpriced vehicles for. Sock it back. Yep, yes, it does. And if you're overheated, cold anything is the worst thing to do. Listen, I miss old fashioned dashboards where you knew what your water temperature was, your oil pressure, and everything else. And they were just dials. I miss those. Well, a lot of your old vehicles are hid in barns down in the south. Vehicles that probably won't see the light of day again. Where was we going? I forgot where we were going. Oh, we were heading back from paying the water bill. And we're driving. I'm like, oh, holy crap, look, there's an old Chevy in that barn. Yep, that was a pretty sight to see that old Chevy. Yep, yep, that's the old ones. They worked so good. They worked so good. I don't like the fact that the car has electric windows. I want to roll my window down or I want to roll my window up. I miss all the old stuff. Now there's a hit going into Booneville. There's a tire store, and out in the back part they have a they have a car I'd like to have. It's an and yes, rarity that I want this car. It's an old Ford Country Squire station wagon. Lord, those things were built like tanks, let me tell you. All right, Nancy, you take care. Have a blessed night, a better week ahead, and we'll see you next Monday night, darling. I know how many oranges I can get in the back of a country squire station wagon, and I'm talking about fresh tree picked oranges from Louisiana down around New Orleans. I know how many boxes of alcohol you could get. Don't ask me. You or milk crates of alcohol you can get in the back of a country square station wagon. No, I didn't drink all that alcohol. Um, I know a lot of. I know how many goats. Yes, goats. You can get in the back of a country squire station wagon. I know that in a hooked up to the back of a country squire station wagon, you can run one of the really long cattle trailers, and you can haul 7 big horses in one of those big cattle trailers on the back of a country squire station wagon, and it didn't even flinch. Yep, yep, wild childhood. Yep, yep, yep. Look, I just want a old 60 models black hearse with suicide doors. Because I guarantee you, somebody tries to hit me in that thing, they're going to die. And I won't even know that I got a scratch. I don't like these new fiberglass cars. And that's why they build them like that. Yep, yep, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of things. Oh, also, I also know how many piglets you can get in the back of a, as long as the seats are folded down. I know how many goats and how many piglets you can get in the back of a country squire station wagon as well. So, yep, I know how many chickens you can get in the back of one. Yeah, it's fun. Yep. Well, I guess we're going to call it a night. Get some dinner. Figured out what on earth. I'm not even really hungry. Are you hungry? Hey, I know what. Cheese and crackers. Let's just do a snacky night. Oh, we got olives. Cheese and crackers and olives. That's because we ain't hungry. I think, yeah, we had 2 hot dogs apiece earlier today, so we're just going to snack tonight. Yep, I ain't going to say what all Daddy's hauled in the back of a truck with his homemade. Yeah, Daddy used to do some crazy things. Yep, especially if you got the bigger kids sitting in the seats, 2 of them. Yep, y'all just don't realize how much I love y'all and love spending time. Hold on, y'all slow down. Yep, we had a whole load of kids in the back of the station wagon, and everybody was scared to make any noise because Mama would have pulled that wagon over, and everybody would have got out until they could behave themselves. Yep, yep. But where's your tortillas coming from? Start reading them labels, y'all. Bioengineered is sneaking in way more food than you realize. Your food was safe one minute. I've seen it. personally, things that we used to buy be fine, and in 2 days' time, the label changes. Every time you go to buy something, you better read it. Y'all, I absolutely love spending time with the OWLS family. Love y'all dearly. Everyone, take care, stay safe and sound. Keep your eyes open and your ears open. There's more going on than people realize. Way more. They're keeping y'all all entertained. There was all kinds of crap going on when people were enjoying this massive invasion of the soccer crap. They got away with so much stuff while everybody was paying attention to the soccer. Yet we were actually invaded by many countries, and most people don't even know it. There's been so much going on. I'll post a video about the park, the biologist for the park rangers. There's even more going on than that. Y'all just don't know. This government gets away with murder. We already know they do that. If John F. Kennedy and several others wasn't enough, Mitch McConnell's been dead for a while. They won't admit that one. That other one died from aortic dissection, which Junior had. Yep. If you don't think they're not getting rid of them, you're sadly mistaken. Y'all, there's way more going on. Y'all gotta finally realize you cannot trust no politician. None of them. I don't care what side they're on. The side they're all on is equal. They're out for themselves. They don't care about us. They just don't care because most people refuse to realize we, the people, run this country, not the politicians. We, the people. And until people wake up, ain't nothing going to change. Crap's getting crazier. Wait till 2030. It's a coming, y'all. The freight train's rolling and most people are oblivious to it. Everyone, click like before you head out. Y'all, it's not scary. Don't give your power away. Stay informed, not scared. Because if you get scared and paranoid, you'll never think straight. You got to keep a level, calm head on you so you can think straight. They want you scared. They want you beat down and they want you stoned. Think about it. Think about it. Because if you're scared, paranoid, stoned, you ain't going to fight. You'll just go along with what you're told. I'm sorry. I was raised as a fighter from the get-go. I am no lemming and I'm nobody's sheep. I am a wolf and I will fight like no tomorrow. Remember that, y'all. Stay informed and don't give your power away. Because if you're scared, terrified, anything like that, they got you. They done won. You're stronger than you give yourself credit for. Believe that and know it and claim it. Everyone, we love you dearly. Y'all take care. Have a blessed evening. A better week ahead. And we hope to see you next Monday night. We are hoping, or I'm hoping, here soon to start up the next Thursday live stream, which won't be this week because I've got Peach Fest. I'm thinking next Thursday it might be me cleaning seeds and showing y'all how to do it. Everyone, take care. Know that we love and appreciate you more than you know. And may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Mwah! Love you. And we'll see you next Monday night. 2 old owls out.